Hey guys, Jen Graves here. So I had to swap rooms. I'm in my bedroom. I had to swap rooms to kind of do my Ketchup video today, just because there's a lot of manga on the table. Um, it's looking really nice in there. We did it last night into this morning. Um, Me and Bazaar did, and so now I just need like another bookshelf and a couple more places to kind of like sort out. But for the most part, most of it is done, which is fantastic. Um, so, hey, Elias. So, this is just like I always do. If you got any questions, anything like that. Also, I'm going to show you what I read for the week. So, this week I had like a really big like drive and hype. Hopefully, I can keep going next week. Um, I hope so, but I don't know because at work they told us we were list to change up other stuff for customers and stuff again, like we were doing before, and so I feel like that'll take part of the time, but it's a lot less, and them splitting it amongst all the people that will get it. I think I may have like 300, so it might cut down on like one day or something. Hopefully that's what it is. I don't know, but um, no, this is my bedroom. So we'll have to do that. Like I said, the tour video is coming up. I will show you guys the room when I get it completed. We're almost there. Me and Bazaar got a lot of it done. Um, we actually have a one shelf attributed to most of the big series that I own. Case Closed, Fairy Tale, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, stuff like that, and with room to add more into it, which is good. I also like now that I kind of have some room that I can put Funkos on. But I need another bookshelf to add into it, and I have two other ones to straighten up a little bit. Um, and We kind of talked about it and looked at it and kind of doing it by like publisher. So right now I have like a Viz shelf. So my one other one that I'm probably going to fix is probably going to have Viz manga on it too. After looking at my collection and everything, Bizarre was like, that's basically what most of your collection is Viz manga. So kind of a weird concept, I guess, um, for that. I'm sure everything else is a little bit more. Like I could add two publishers onto a shelf or like three-fourths of a shelf, but um, yeah, so that's what he said. I have a lot of Viz manga, and I also have a lot of old Tokyo Pop. That's what he was like. Man, there's a lot of this Tokyo Pop in here. So, um, pretty cool stuff though. So I got one to kind of straighten up a little bit, not too much there. That and then making it look cosmetically cute or whatever rad, whatever word you want to put to it. And then I can get Funko Pops to go in different areas that go with different manga that I read, which I can't wait. I've already talked to Elias, which is commenting right now, about needing to find some pops that go with manga series that I read. Um, so really cool stuff though. You know, and I said it before. I said it wrong though, but I feel like this is kind of like the first walk on the moon, I guess, for manga tubers. This is kind of like that first step for man, but it's kind of a big leap for manga tuber kind. Hopefully we'll find out different people that live around us, things that can, you can do stuff together, um, different other things, find other people that live in your community. Maybe you can pull them in, especially your friends and stuff. Um, people besides my brother, obviously, and go from there. So it was really fun meeting somebody that I've talked to for like 6 months now on YouTube and actually getting to enjoy their company and them help me out with something and go on an adventure with them and everything else. Something that we wouldn't get to really do, especially being split up by states and all that. So we're just breaking down borders, I guess. But let me get into what I read this week so far. Next week, hopefully, I'll be able to rack up the numbers just as much as this with my current TBRs and be able to move forward from there. So I will start showing you those. So the first one is Mama Mama Mama. It is Magical Director Mako Chan's Magical Guidance. This is done by the same guy that makes Monster Musume and 12 Beasts and stuff. Um, I think it's basically a one shot. Is good, but it's not as good as some of the other stuff. I think because he had to like squeeze everything into one book, so um, it could have been a little bit bigger and or split into two volumes, and I think he could have done a lot more work with that. That was better, but it was fun. On the same note, though, I also got to finally read Volume 6 of 12 Beasts. Really good. Now, we finally, my expectations for this was we were going to see some of the same characters that we see um, in Monster Musume because all this is written by the same guy. And we actually got to the part where he finally introduced centaurs and lamias, which are horse people and snake people. Um, you know, starting out in Monster Musume, it was a snake girl, a harpy, and a centaur. And this, it was the harpy that started it out, and he met like a bunch of other people before he even met um, these people. So it was kind of cool for a little bit of a different thing to finally get to them and have a kind of a different way of how they are. So really fun stuff. Let's see. I saw Elias got this one earlier. I still need to watch your video though. So yeah. But I also finished Blue Exorcist Volume 20. This was great. I love what they're doing with the series right now. Hopefully, it keeps going along the same boat. I can't wait for them to do the next big like secret revealed kind of thing. So really good stuff. This one, other long running series. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, this one will be just as good. I talked to Amaskio J about it. I feel like now I'm starting to see some of the key elements in this series where it's getting set up where it's going to end. Hopefully, in the next 5 to 10 volumes, we'll get it and it will be just spectacular. But it is Seven Deadly Sins. This is volume 28. Really good series, though. I'm telling you, like, love it. And then this one, Seraph of the End. It's still kind of rocky for me, but this one you can kind of tell they're getting set up for the end too. This is volume 15, but I mean I'm still enjoying it too. So it's just rocky. You'll get like a dry spot where it doesn't seem like anything's going on, and then it'll pick up and drop back down. So manga usually does that. I feel like this is the one that really goes high and then goes back down low. So. Um, let's see. I was trying to stick with, I guess, Shonen Jump ones that were related to each other. So let me pull this one out. So I finished My Hero Academia Volume 15. Great, great attachment into the series. I love this new villain that they have in it. I can't remember his name. Chisaki. Chisaki is totally one of the villains. I think he's even better than the guy with the hands. I can't remember his name right now. I feel like he's even better of a villain than that guy. So I'm really happy they introduced him into the series where he is. Um, Vigilantes, Volume 2. This one, great add in to the series. Also, great story kind of thing behind this guy. Won't spoil it for you because you need to read it, but that one is great too. You got one more to go for Pluto, and you'll be good to go. But Juji Ito, I need to read my Frankenstein copy that I got too. Let's see. We also read this one, which if you've seen me talk to Mascio J on some of my live streams here and there, I finished Ajin Volume 12. This is a really good one too. Um, I love the series. This one is probably going to end here soon too. That one already seemed like it was getting set up. So at least 3 of the volumes that I have so far, you can tell they're getting set up to get them ready to be ended. And that's Seven Deadly Sins, Seraph of the End, and Ajin. But somebody also told me that Akayato, I guess that's how you say his name, the guy that does Monster Musume and 12 Beast and Mamama, um, basically is taking a hiatus from it right now. So hopefully we'll get that back here soon. Well, um, also finished Made in Abyss Volume 3. This was a great one. I love this new character they're adding into it. The only bad thing is her little side story thing that we had in this one with what happened and all that was a little upsetting. I read it and I was like, really, this is what happened? Like, you kind of had it and it was kind of this happy go lucky, you know, uh, dungeon crawly one. And then it turned into like, this is real. This is what happened. And the character or the artist and the storyteller portrayed it amazingly. It was when they can do it that well where it upsets you, I think, and that's what they were going for. I think it's fantastic. So that was what happened in that one. I got done reading that one. I was like, I need to find a happy volume of something. I think I read that one and then I jumped into My Hero Academia. So that one made it a lot better. Ajin is amazing. Why with video? Um, yeah, something like that. Um, or Dark Souls for kids, I guess. So this one, still need to read volume 4 of it. This is taking it back, but with a new face. This is one that I'm really enjoying, but we'll just have to figure it out from there. What all is going to happen? I like the new character they added into this too. He's an ice guy on top of what we already have. Yeah, there you go. So if you guys are watching this, you can go to the live stream part where people are commenting. Why with video said, yeah, it was one that was totally it'll get you right in the heartstrings. So I mean it was sad. I really can't wait to see what they're gonna do when they get to the white whistle guy that did all that stuff. Um, but yeah, the one that we took it back to was Devilman G or Devilman Grimgar, however you read it. Great stuff. As you know, this is a pretty crazy one. Um, Hopefully, we get more stuff with that. Um, I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like that's what it is, but it's a really low level enjoyment. But I mean, it's still fun. So that's why I'm still, well, I would do it anyway, but picking it up and reading it and everything. So then this one is coming to an end as well. Gosh, that's like 4 or 5 series that we have coming to an end. This one is super, super good too. This one I like better than its predecessor. A lot better than its predecessor. I can't wait for its predecessor to actually end. because it's so confusing. I would not recommend anybody sticking to it and trying to really hardcore enjoy it. Like it's kind of one where you have to read it and walk away from and come back. I'm still enjoying it, but it's one that's really hard to focus on, especially with the different things of them adding kind of like a Back to the Future kind of thing, which I feel like they had a hard time of trying to do it. And it was kind of a trick and a lie because you got through the first 5 volumes of thinking about it was something else. And then it just kind of popped up. No, that's not what it is. This is what it is. So it was kind of a pain in the butt going through that. But now that I've adjusted to the time going back and forth into the future and the past and all this stuff and all that, it seems like a pretty okay series still. But this one, I feel like you need to read it to go with it. This one is what the big redeeming factor is. The other one, I would probably give it like a C something, 3 stars. This one, I would probably rate it almost 5 stars. So this is Magical Girl Sight, Volume 7. It's just fantastic. I like everything that's going on. I like the craziness in it, everything, and it's the right amount. You're not getting any crazy sci-fi stuff into your fantasy mix or anything else like that. So, um, really good stuff with that. Let's see. This is one of, like I said, Amaskio J likes this one too, this series. And I told him that I was trying to finish catching up on some of these and reading them. And so this one, I heard that it wasn't as good as it was, but I thought it was spectacular. So, um, you know, I'd still say that it was good. Hopefully, the next one that was even better because it did do some setting up work for the next future volumes that are coming out. But this is Smokin' Parade Volume 4. Really good. I like how they do the solid colors on these ones compared to other ones. Like the whole thing is a solid color. Then this one, all the time. I got done. There's like 3 of these volumes: Ajin, Smokin' Parade, and Arslan that me and Amaska J talk about all the time. So Arslan, this one has never let me down. Every book I thought was a gem, but it is so spectacular. Let's see. Um, y'all have seen this one a couple times. Bazaar kept holding it up, and I was like, okay. But this is Fire Punch Man Volume 3. This series is really good still, and everything. I really enjoy it, but um, you know, I don't think that it's quite what everybody thought it would be. So you kind of have to set your expectations a little lower. I actually just got Zero Parts Hunter, and so I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. Um, but at that point, then hopefully I'll be farther done with my current TBR stuff, so I can actually get into my TBR shelves and get into Zero Parts Hunter and Hunter X Hunter and other Hunter series that I have. So stuff like that. Um, then we read this one. This one was a little bit confusing on the stuff. Yes, Bizarre already left. That's my brother. He's gonna be like, no, I'm a girl. No, that's my brother. But it's uh, Interview with Monster Girls. This one, a little too scientific for me on part of it. As you know, they had one part where they talked about the Doulahan and how they don't have a neck, but they think that it's kind of in a different area. Hey, if you pull out your driver's license, it says M on it, sir. Just saying. and you don't have one that says Coco on it. You're a goober. But they did that with this other kind of creature that's in here that one person can see. I'm not sure how to explain it. It's a little girl. It's right here. Um, but the other thing that I really liked about this one is our main teacher, Tetsuo, is now lining up with him to be involved with the succubus lady that's in this, which, she's trying to hide all her looks and everything to not lure men or anything. And he's trying to hide the fact that it does affect him. And I mean, totally ship fest. So now that it seems like they're kind of lining up for that, I'm super excited about it. Can't wait. But that was a good series, too. Land of the Lustrous, Volume 6. This one always seems like it confuses me all the time, but it's so good with trying to go with the storyline and stuff. Um, just like all the different gems that are in it, and different stuff like that. It's spectacular, but I feel like we're getting close on that one too. It's probably going to get ready to end or something because I kind of made the prediction way back when that whenever the main character Foss was taken by the Moon People or whatever it was, that it was going to be closer to the end. So I think we're probably about the halfway point of that one. Hopefully, volume 12 will be good to go on that. Right? Catch up. I think I have another one that's coming out here soon. The most current one coming in the mail soon. I have to double check though. So, Hour of the Zombie. This is volume 7. This one always I feel like has a good storyline behind it, but we all want to know what's going on, why everybody is zombies. I love how they did that in this one instead of just a regular zombie thing. There's some kind of science behind it, but we still have the characters that think it's all a game and what's going to happen from there. So, we're still in the middle of that. I actually hope that they would release like 2 volumes at once. That way you can kind of get like a chunk out of what's happening and then go from there because it seems like it's really slow. You get like a bunch of stuff in that time period, but then it seems like it's really slow for you to wait to get another one out. Oh, yeah. Right. So this one, I was trying to play catch up on it. I finally did it. So this is Witchcraft Works. There's 1, 9, 10, and 11. Finally caught up to this series, waiting on the next one to come out. This one is actually a super good series too. A little slow on the upkeep, but I would say read a couple volumes, put it down, step away from it, read something else, come back to it, read a couple volumes, stuff like that. That one is also getting ready to end. So I think we're up to like seven series that are probably going to end within, I don't know, maybe a year or two. So I feel. So we also got Yokai Girls Volume 4. This is good. We added another yokai girl into the mix, which is a Nico Mata. I think that's what it is. It's like a cat person, one of the cats with 2 tails. So really good. Like the storyline behind this. I like where we went with it. The fights in it. They finally fought somebody that it seems like they're, um, and getting to experience those other yokai that are in that world. So it was pretty fun reading that one as well. And stepping away from it being like a one creature battle. This one, now we know there's probably going to be another thing happen in the future because the guy said, if you come at me, I probably will have to kill you. So we had that kind of challenge put out there for him. Hopefully, our main character will get stronger and he'll be able to go forward with that and still have his kind of weird, wacky harem thing that he kind of has going on. Even though I think there's only like two people that actually like him. And then the last one that I read is this one, World's End Harem, which is a little raunchy. I will admit that, but it is super good. As far as it goes, there's um, people that are having this virus that are dying off men. Doesn't affect any women, and so um, the second character we've developed the whole thing of him trying to figure out basically what's going on and if we can get through it. The third person in it just woke up. That's what this one is mostly about. He just woke up. They decided take a different approach to it. And instead of just throwing him into society and saying, hey, we need you to breed and all this other stuff, we are going to let you kind of live your life in a school and do all that. And then it pops up that he finds out the secret and they say, well, this is why we need you to do this. So, pretty cool. He's still kind of a kid, though, more so than our other two characters that are already awake. So, I can't wait for his storyline of how that is going to move forward and happen. And his stuff almost seems really innocent. One of our other characters, the first one that came awake, you find out that he's pregnant and has a baby, which is a little exciting on that point, but he's still kind of a man whore. And then our main character is still holding true to himself that he's not going to hook up with anybody until he gets this stuff done. He has a month time to figure it out. And he also has, if he does, then he wants them to help him find his old best friend, and that's basically who he wants to be with. So, what's up, Megs? I had to finish my thought, or I was going to be like, But yeah, for this week, I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 volumes. I think I'm halfway done with another one over here that's actually setting up on my thing. No, it's in my bag. These are ones that I just did in the haul, if you guys saw that. So I need to finish that, move forward from there. So I had to move to this room because my table that I usually have everything set up on has manga scattered all on it. Like before where I had it kind of all stacked on there, where it was like everything stacked on its side and books stacked in front of that, everything. There's a bunch of it on the table. And so I need to get one more bookshelf and kind of straighten it up a little bit. And then we'll be able to go back to that. Hopefully, here the next few days, I'll be able to do that, working on it tonight and stuff like that. But we did get a lot of that done. Bazaar left this morning to go back home. So we worked on it last night. We kind of forgot about it Friday because of all the stuff we did. So we started working on it last night, and then we ended up working on it this morning a lot. We rearranged my TBR shelves where they look a lot better. We rearranged part of my favorite shelf, so that looks a lot better. We did one shelf that has like the bigger manga on it, Fairy Tail, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, stuff like that, and they're all like perspective things. So Boruto is with Naruto. All the extra Fairy Tail stuff is with Fairy Tail, different stuff like that. And then we have one Viz shelf, which is going to spill over into another Viz shelf on the other side of the room. And then I have two more shelves to kind of do stuff with as I please. But I'm kind of trying to figure out how to get it all set where it's good. where I can add my new stuff to it. So, yeah, that's why we're in this room. Yes, it was very cool. I said it earlier in this video. It was spectacular. I felt like this was one of like the first steps into all of us kind of getting to do videos together here and there on different stuff. I mean, it's one thing to do live cast together, um, but you also get to have the whole experience of the person being there with you and all the other stuff. I found out that Bizarre has never done a live stream before. He did that one on Friday, and I kind of showed him how to do part of it. And so he said he's going to give it a try and see if he can do it a little more when he goes back home. All the way, I think he's still on his drive there, but be able to get all that done. So it's really, really good. I mean, it was experience where he might not have gotten it before, and now he knows how to do some of the stuff. As far as your teaser goes, Migs, I have it actually pulled up on my phone to watch when I get done with this video. So hopefully I'll get to watch it here in a second and comment back to you on it. But yeah, I feel like I need to start figuring out something like as a teaser for maybe not like every haul that I do, but for like the room whenever we hit the our milestone, which we're almost there. I have a manga series coming in, and the rest that's supposed to be coming in from this month. So expect that manga collection video next month. The only thing right now that would probably most likely stop me is the room, but I'm planning on getting the room done before I have those other books come in anyway. So nothing too crazy there. I'll probably get my helper, my brother, to help me. Coco, wink. Right. You'd think my brother was my sister after him finding out he has a RP account named Coco. Um, but yeah, on the room I have a horizontal bookshelf which has like all of my Shonen Jump magazine. Oh yeah, let me finish this and I'll tell you. Um, well, now they know that you're lying because you didn't say girl, you said grill. And don't you say autocorrect did it because I know that you did it for a joke. Um, but I have a horizontal bookshelf, and then I have one, two on one wall, and one, two, three, four. I'll have five on the other wall when I get the other bookshelf, and my one other horizontal one, or my one other vertical one on the other shelf. So right now, out of all those, there is the horizontal one's done. I just got to put some volumes on the top of it. So now you have like DID or something. You know that personalities only come out when you have to get defensive, right? So I would have to bully you to even have her come out. And she wouldn't be sensitive, she would be aggressive. So let's see you like comment at the same time, goober. Oh, my brother saw it. um That's what I was telling you. So we got the TBR shelves, so that's two shelves. We got my favorite shelf worked on just a little bit. We got the top arrangements for like my Funko Pops and all that really good going too. Um, and we have that big Viz shelf, or it's not really Viz because there's other series that are on it, but it's got the big three on it. It's got Case Closed on it, and it's got Fairy Tale on it because those are the huge, huge series that I have that are on that shelf. And there's a couple other small series on there, just to fill in some holes and some gaps, at least until later on when I have to get more shelves again. Um, but then we have one that's basically just attributed to Viz. Another one, and that one's basically done. I just have to fill in some holes here and there. I'm missing a couple volumes that are just kind of in the monster that is what's sitting on my table. So after I get those, I'll be able to put those back into it and move forward from there. And then I'll have two more that I basically need to finish straightening up and putting actually together. I haven't done anything to them. Well, one of them's got one thing done to it, just one little shelf on it. And then I have to go buy another bookshelf, and that will probably hold everything I currently have, hopefully. So, anyway, fingers crossed on that, though. So, let's see. Um, Doing a baby shower. I don't know who's having a baby. Um, I don't know. Right now, the collection video is going to actually be in parts. Um, I'm going to do just one. Okay. I'm going to do one that is just, um, well, I'll give you a demonstration. So it's going to be, I'm holding World's End, Yokai, 3 volumes of Witchcraft Works, and Hour of the Zombie. And it's just going to be, here is volume 1 through 3 of World's End Trigger, volume 1 through 4 of Yokai Girls, volume 1 through 11 of Witchcraft Works, volume 1 through 7 of Hour of the Zombie. It's just going to be like straightforward, no backstories or anything like that. That's going to be the first one. That's going to be just if you want to watch the collection. It's going to be the really boring one where I just kind of go through what I have. But it will cut out, the 2 hour, probably more than that, probably my 6 hour collection video. And then I'm going to go back with my brother and actually go through them again and have more of a split up maybe into each bookshelf and kind of do a talk of like what it is, what I like about the series, why I have the series, what interested me in the series, a little bit more than that. So hopefully I can cut that down with the series to it not being like super hectic. um, so, I mean, just stuff with that. But hopefully here soon I'll be able to accomplish that goal and work towards all that other stuff. But all right, let me get on here real quick, Migs. I watched one of your other ones too, but I can't remember what. It was an old one, but I can't remember what it was about. Scroll. You're right above Elias's video. I still have to watch that one. Okay, let's see.
This time is even worse.
That is a lot. I might have to stack mine up and do that. Be like, this is what you can just see the spines of them or the side of them. This is what I got. That was great. I was like, because it just kept going. I was like, okay, this is how much Migs got last time. It's going to be okay. It's probably going to be around that because you and I have already talked about. You said that you weren't going to be able to get very many more. because you were trying to get a car and whatnot. And it was just kind of like, and I was like, okay, there it is. Nope, keeps going. It was great. So yeah, hopefully you get that car here soon so you can have some more big ones like that. I know you're trying to get some of those older series and whatnot, um, which I mean, yeah, that is kind of a pain in the butt. There's a couple older ones that I'm going to try and see if I can find. Hopefully next year. I'm kind of like holding off till like 2019. This is when I look for um, Initial D, Rave Master, Mushishi, Shakugan no Shana. Um, I think there's like one other one, but just holding off until I can kind of figure that out and try and finish off my Subasa one that I have and collect Triple X Holic, different stuff that. So yeah, there's some old ones that are out there that you just got to get or find how to get, you know. But yeah, but yeah. So have y'all watched all of? Oh man, upset. Oh, okay. I'll probably talk to you on Twitter about it too at some point. I'll watch it and then I'll message you on Twitter about it. Um, oh yeah, I need Initial D though. That's one of the ones I haven't. I enjoyed the anime. I didn't ever get to finish it, so I was a little upset about that. Um, but hopefully, moving forward, we will be able to do more of that. Um, I also, which you guys don't know this, that's why I'm trying to finish off Subasa. I don't actually count Subasa in my collection at all. You know, Bazaar came down and he has, he's like, well, what are these doing over here kind of by themselves? It's like, I haven't finished the series. I don't know if I want to add them in there or I want to try and sell off my Subasa copies and get the new omnibuses for them. And I was like, if I do that, then I'll have to go back and delete them. So I just never really did anything about it. And so he said, well, let me know. I'm going to try and find you the rest of them. He goes, it only goes up to volume da da da. He's like, you're already 2/3 of the way there. And I'll try and help you find the rest of them. That way we can move forward with that. So really, really cool stuff, even though it's a pain in the butt for us as collectors and manga readers that enjoy these stories, especially when you can't find how to finish reading one of your favorites or whatever kind of manga where you basically have to put it on hold because the volumes aren't printed anymore or something like that, and you can't find one. So hopefully soon. I know that I have a little bit more, I guess, leeway with part of that, but hopefully soon. I also have a list of like my top 10 volumes that or my top 10 series that I really want, that I'm going to try and focus on around Christmas time, asking for gifts from my parents and stuff like that, or my other family, my brother, or Coco, however you want to call him by. Um, and then move on from there, trying to get them. So really good stuff. I'm also trying to plan on finishing off my current TBR by the end of the year. If you watch my last haul, I only had 3 books that actually were added into it. And as you can see, 20. If Bazaar wasn't here, I'm sure I would probably have more than 22 volumes here. And yeah, have all that stuff completed and done where we wouldn't have to worry about that. And I can do polls and other stuff on what series do you think I should read. stuff like that. And that's kind of based off what I've been doing on Twitter and kind of going with Migs. What should I buy? Shout out to Migs. If you're in the comments and stuff too, watching his video, doing all that stuff. So anyway, so you guys got any questions or anything you want from the weekend that I had, or about a series that I read, if you saw that, or anything else? Yeah, that's why I made the comment of maybe he had DID, dissociative identity disorder. I still go off of the old word, but the MPD, but a lot of people say, no, that's not politically correct anymore. You have to go off of the DID translation of it. I don't know. We'll have to ask him. I don't exactly know how old Coco is. Actually, you know what? On camera, we're gonna do this. You guys know this here, so if he says no and I can't get him to tell me, you guys can all get onto him on his channel and stuff too. Hey, I had a question real quick. Hey, so how old is Coco supposed to be? Is Coco the same age? Okay. Well, I'm on the live stream and Elias said sometimes Elias said, I think your brother has split personality. I said probably. And then the second part was sometimes he's a 26-year-old man. Other times he's an 18-year-old girl. I was like, I'm going to get him on the phone. I'm going to ask him if he's a 20 or how old Coco is. So Coco's from the Golden Times manga.
So technically, it's supposed to be both her and him. That's why both her and him are my banner on that channel. So, but I just made Coco the mascot.
Wait, say that again. I didn't understand you.
Okay, so it's supposed Coco Bonnery is because Coco is the name of the female, and Bonnery is the name of the male protagonist. So that technically it's supposed to be both of them. But I made Coco the main person. But if you go on my channel profile, they're both my banner.
So Coco Bonnery is one of the girls from Golden Times and the male protagonist from Golden Times?
Yes.
And it's both their names together. And so your persona of it is 26-year-old. And but the actual one is only 19. The regular Coco.
Okay, because Coco is 19 and Bonnery is 19. So technically they're like, what, 30 something?
They're both 19.
Yeah, so.
Or you added their ages together?
I guess.
What a nerd. That's 38.
But basically, the reason why I made that chat, just for context, the reason why I made that, because you don't know about this because you just started getting into YouTube. Which kind of there was all these people making like accounts based off anime characters or whatever.
Right, the RPG account.
No, not like RPG accounts. They were just like, they'll comment on random YouTube videos and it would be like, oh man, you're everywhere, that kind of thing or whatever. And I got inspired by that. So yeah, so I added the RP thing on there mostly because like just to add a disclaimer, because that's something that always bothered me with those other channels, because they act like they're the actual character, and they're not. So that's why I did that. But basically, Yeah, there was a time on YouTube where everybody was doing an account like that, and I was like, oh, I want to join in on that. And combining both Coco and Bonnery's name is, why I end up doing it. I mean, you'll see what I mean when you eventually read Golden Times, because you're reading it, but I watched it.
So there we go, everybody, from the horse's mouth. Well, even though you weren't here physically because I'm still recording, you were here in spirit, damn it.
Okay, I'm gonna take a nap now because this baby shower has been worn out. They had me working my back. So I'm gonna talk to that.
Elias just said we just got the story of Coco.
Yep, just got the history of that.
Right.
Account.
Well, now I feel like I want to make an account of something, but mine would just turn out to be the same. It would just be Jen Graves.
Yeah. So. Because the most popular one was one based off a certain magical index / a certain scientific railgun. It's the main character from a certain scientific railgun. I forgot her name though, but
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be like Naruto Hinata or Hinata Naruto.
No, like nobody would do. No, it wasn't like that. Like Mikoto Masaka. There you go. Mikoto Masaka from a scientific railgun. That was her. That was somebody had an account based off that, and she was the most popular one.
So Elias said you should be a Fury, but I don't know if that was directed towards me or you. But that was it. Thanks for answering the question.
You're welcome.
All right.
Wait. I'm looking at the chat. Coco is 14 in Japan, 18 plus in North America. Hold on. The thing that made Golden Times unique is that Golden Times was actually based in a college setting, because the same person who made Toradora made Golden Times. Because the thing is, the author made an elementary version of her love story. She made a middle school version, which is Toradora, and the college version was, Golden Times, and that's what made it unique. And that's why I love Golden Times more than Toradora, because I didn't watch Toradora in middle school and high school, but I watched Golden Times when I was in college, and because of that, I related to it more, because I actually understood and could understand the concept of feelings, because it was in college at the same time I was in college. So there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's kind of like
I just saw that comment. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I can't remember the other one. So it's kind of like Barakamon, and it starts with an H. I can't remember it right at this moment. Or like Naruto and Boruto, like it's the same timeline and stuff, but it's as it gets older. Well, that's cool.
Well, they're not. None of the stories connect really that she did, but like it's just the fact that she made one based for elementary kids, she made one based on high school, middle school kids, and then Golden Times was the college.
Oh, okay.
Was the middle school, high school, which I know a lot of people know Toradora because that anime was very popular, but I didn't get into it. So.
Yes, Bizarre left already.
But anyway, I'm hanging up now.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye, everybody in the stream.
Bye. Comment down below. Yes, Bizarre already left. Hey nerd. Or Latana the nerd. But yes, Bizarre already left us. Left this morning. I really feel like this is coming off as like funeral stuff. Yeah. Bizarre left us. He went to a better place. He's going home. No, I mean he's just going 8 hours to back to his house. So yeah, it was right. Yeah, so it was just it was fun. I think all of us should meet people that live around us and all that. I mean, it was amazing. Oh no. So I mean, it was awesome. Probably next year I'm going to go try and see some other people, or meet them somewhere or something like that. Another person that lives close to me is Stumps. So I'm probably going to try and see if I can hang out with Stumps at some point. I mean, there's all of you guys live somewhere kind of close in some way or another, and until I have to get on a plane, I guess, or across the border. But yeah, I think it is a really cool experience. You get to um, see somebody that you've talked to, you've seen, their personality and all this other stuff. All this different stuff about them, but it seems so different to meet them in person, like a lot. Um, Meeting Bizarre and talking to Bizarre, I will tell you, it was very funny. Um, Bizarre is a lot more shy in person than talking on the phone, which I think it is kind of that whole, meeting the person for the first time. But, um, it was different stuff like that. So it was really cool. Bizarre's also like 24/7. I know he doesn't seem that way in his videos, but it's 24/7 like go with him. Um, it was, hey, let's go to the store, let's take a break, let's go um, get something, let's do all this other stuff. Right. Maybe you could meet on the boat though. Pick it up somewhere and then take a 2 week trip from like here, get like a week going over there, pick up somebody, something like that. Like Elias. Elias, I'll meet you at the shore of Norway, or Norway does have a shore. Um, you know, boat will pick you up. We'll hang out for a week. I guess I'd have to take 3 weeks off then. But yeah, I mean, fantastic. And that's what I've been saying is it's totally different meeting that person than being there with you. You also have different things. I mentioned it earlier. We'll meet somewhere else. Forget England. Um, oh, Manga Cruise, that would be awesome. Uh, I feel like they would have to do a shout out to One Piece and a shout out to the um, the boat in Pokemon, the SS Maria or something. That'd be pretty funny. Like Pokemon stickers or something, because they had the whole battle thingy where you would meet people's Pokemon and stuff. That was pretty funny. But yeah, and it's totally fun. It's totally cool meeting people. I will totally tell you that. Um, totally different though. Before we started the live broadcast on Friday, the first one, Bizarre was like, I've never done one of these. I don't know how to do it. I've never done anything of it or any of that. And I was like, well, I'm not that good at it, but I was like, I know how to get it started. It's very easy. Let me show you. And so we did it, and stuff that I get tripped up on, I was able to be like, hey, you want to get ready to take your picture after you click the you submit your title thing, because I was like, the picture just automatically goes off. Um, Stuff like that. So just little tips and tricks and all this other stuff. And he was like, you know, I think I'm going to have to go home and try some more of these. It seemed a lot easier. He said the other thing he liked is he kind of had to think on his toes for it. He said it's totally different doing that than your video. If you don't like your video, you just scrap it. You throw it out the window. I don't like it. Do another one. You can do it 20 different times. On live stream, you have to almost be on key with everything. Somebody asks you a question, you have to be able to think back to what they're asking about the question, all this other stuff, and what you remember about the manga or whatever they ask about, instead of, oh, let me do some research on that. You can't sit there and do research at that current time, which he said sometimes that's kind of what it was like. He kind of had to back up. He didn't know what to say. And at some point, if you watch his channel, when he did, I think it was his shout out, I look over at him. I said, why am I telling everybody this stuff? This is your channel. And he goes, well, he told me this morning, he goes, I just didn't know what to say. Like I felt like I was put on the spot. And he's like, you just knew how to do it. And he goes, you just kind of winged it and went with it. And I said, after doing so many live streams, I feel like you just get it under your belt. So hopefully now, after him doing that, he kind of understands a little more how easy it is. It's easy as long as you can like sit there and kind of keep it cool. I mean, really, honestly, it's just kind of you and your camera sitting there. And then there's everybody on your chat thing, and it's pretty easy. It's just like people asking you questions and stuff. Um, you know, so which I've been doing live streams since I hit like 100 subscribers. So not like that far into live streams and stuff, but I mean, I do feel like they're a lot easier to do than the regular videos sometimes, especially when you can ask me a question now and I can get back to you now instead of waiting to check my email or whatever on my YouTube um, or whatever to get back with you. So I think that's some of the good stuff. And you have to know your material too. I mean, that is something else. I feel like I try and be relatively good on what I understand, what I know. And when somebody wants to ask me about a series, I can relate to you very fast and get back to you without having to um, have all that time to try and figure out a good answer for you. So, all that stuff. But yeah, it was super fun. Like I said, I think I spent a little too much on pops. Um, so hopefully here soon, we'll be able to do that. Y'all will get to see that collection video soon, which I'm super excited about. Then we can do the giveaway thing that I have planned. I need to get a few more things with that, but moving forward, we are going to do smashingly well. So, but yeah, I'm probably going to go for just a little while longer, guys. If you guys got any other questions or anything that you want to ask, we'll probably stop. We're about at an hour and 2 minutes. We'll probably stop at about an hour and 10 minutes unless we get back into a really good conversation. So just kind of that. Give you a little forewarning, I guess. So 20 volumes. I read 22 volumes this week. Like I said, I could have read more. Obviously without Bazaar here, and all that, but this is already scheduled, so hopefully next week I will be able to jump on that boat and um, instead of finishing 22, maybe I'll be able to finish 30, 40 of them. Oh, am I supposed to know this one? Um, will Dark Horse keep going with it? I believe so. I don't think they will stop it until it ends. The only bad thing is figuring out if where they will end at. Right now, I know Bizarre told me this morning about Vagabond and the guy taking hiatus from it. I'm a little upset about that. He took hiatus from it. I know there are maybe 5 chapters to 10 chapters out right now, so there would only be one more book left in the series, but there's not enough for me to get my 13th Visbig from it. So that's kind of the upsetting part. I really hope that comes out or he gets back on the ball soon, because Vagabond is very close to ending if he wants it to. Um, but I mean, he could do that and finish the hiatus and everything and print out volume 13, maybe a volume 14 of the Visbig. So we would get 6 more volumes and be good from there. So hopefully that will happen soon. Yeah, you better get there. Oh, I didn't know that part. I get a bunch of my stuff secondhand because I don't read into a lot of stuff. That's how I learn about it. Then I just kind of form my own opinion because Maybe when somebody tells me something, like I'd probably go do some research on the Vagabond stuff, but until somebody tells me, then I don't really know. But to go back and answer your question, why with video, where they keep, I'm pretty sure they'll get up as close as they can to being complete. But is it worth getting, or is it a bust? In my opinion, it's a bust. We already have all these volumes that are coming out. They're already like 15 bucks a pop. While it is in the long run that it would be cheaper, because, well, I mean, it wouldn't be. It'd be $45 for those volumes. For three of the volumes, like they're printing out. Um, the only thing is you're adding $5 more for the hardback cover. But I also find that as an inconvenience with the price. You're not going to be able to turn around and just willy nilly drop $50 on a volume of manga. You're not going to want to. 15 on average. We're going to throw out. See you later, Elias. We're going to throw out like Viz and stuff because those are like $7. But usually everybody else sells theirs for around $9, $9.80, something like that. So it's about $10. You would be able to buy 5 other volumes of manga, or 3 volumes of Berserk, and maybe throwing in change from the couch cushion or your car or something. Just a few dollars more, you could get those 3 volumes and 1 volume of Viz manga and have 4 volumes. So, I mean, I don't see it there being a big reason. I don't know why they're doing that for all of these, especially with the series still coming out. I could see them redoing that in the future, but not for $50. I really think that is one of the worst mistakes that they could have made with that, especially being somebody that collects Berserk and all that just as much as I have to pay out for it with everything else. Yes, and they will be released very slowly. Even though it includes 3 volumes apiece, they would be able to print out. We're up to 39, I think. They would be able to print out about 13 volumes of it. Well, it's already there, so they should be able to turn around and automatically print it and just say, here's volume 1. The next week, here's volume 2. The week after, here's volume 3. Like every 2 weeks, they could come out with one. But they're not. They're going to hold off on it just because of scheduling purposes and stuff like that. I still think that they should have an option of it, but it doesn't really add anything to it. There's nothing new that anyone has said that will be added into it. If there was more like commentary in the back of it, maybe from the author artist, other stuff like that, there would be a higher value held onto it. But there's nothing added into it. There's nothing extra except that it's hardback. So, yeah, I mean, you're basically paying for the hardback quality of it an extra $5 than what you could buy with 3 softbacks. That too, but there's not very much that you can do with that, I guess. But that is why I will probably never get one of those. It just kind of, if I was going to collect the big ones, I wouldn't want to collect the small ones ahead of time. So, yeah. So that's why I kind of collect the small ones too. So I can hold off. Maybe if you had a great job and all you wanted to do was collect Berserk, then you would be good to go. But as of now, I don't think it's really a great benefit. So yeah, it's a big bust for me. But you have any other questions? before we get off. Yeah, no cover art. Which, I mean, some of that looks pretty good. It looks sleek, but for the $50 price that it is, it would be cooler if it didn't have a cover, but it had an inlay that was on the top of it, maybe not colored, where it was like an outline of like the main thing that happens on the thing, like guts or some kind of exclusive like symbol to it, and inlay in the book, like his little like weird upside down trident symbol thingy that he has in it, which is kind of on the back of it, but they could do so much cooler if it was like pressed into the cover of the book, something like that. It wouldn't add much to it, but then they'd add another $10 to it, probably making it 60. But yeah, so I guess we will be um, done with this and move on from here. I think later on I will get back on and maybe do like one other video, just kind of showing a quick show of the room. I might take a nap and then give you guys kind of a quick show of what the room looks like. With that, probably just do a phone video and upload it from my phone. But yeah, that way you guys can kind of see the progress that was made compared to what it was before. We forgot to do a video on what it was before. Some of it you can see maybe in an older video, but it's kind of changed a lot now. So really good stuff though. Anyway, guys, I will catch you later. I'm Jen Graves. And like I said, see me in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.